What's the matter, Sydney? You look like you've seen a ghost.
What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be ranking the Scream 5 characters. I'm not going to be counting the minor characters like Vince or like the cops or anything like that. I'm just going to be counting the main ones. And for the legacy characters, I'm ranking them based off this movie, Scream 5, not the other movies. This is strictly Scream 5 and the cast as a whole, so there won't be any favoritism towards legacy characters, and I'm going to be ranking them based on importance, the likability, like if they were made for you to not to like them or to like them. And so let's dive right into it. Coming in at number 12 is Liv. There's not really much to say about this character. Pretty much all the characters, they could have used a little more development. That was one of my biggest problems with Scream 5. I still love it, obviously. But her especially, she didn't really get that much development. She was kind of just there to raise suspicion. She was Chad's girlfriend. She her and Mindy had that back and forth at the end of the movie. And she made that funny line, like saying, "Oh, I love that new Stab movie," and then Mindy was like, "Yeah, of course you do, because you have no taste." So yeah, she was funny at some points, but in terms of the plot and overall movie, she wasn't that important. So that's why she gets number 12. Coming in at number 11 is Chad. Now, Chad is actually my favorite character in Scream 5. He was funny. He was kind of like if we got Steve. Like, even though we never heard Steve talk in the original Scream, Casey's boyfriend that dies sitting in the chair. It's like if we got Steve, I feel like. That's what he was supposed to represent. He had the same varsity jacket, and it was all cool. But no, I like Chad. He was funny. He actually genuinely made me laugh. And but overall, I guess he wasn't that important. Again, maybe the bruises on his arm, the Amber points out, maybe he was just used to raise suspicion. And as a couple of these characters they're just kind of in the movie just to have suspects, which is fine. I really wish they developed them more, especially Chad, because he was actually funny. But hey, he did survive, so we'll get him in the next movie. And number 10, I know I hate to put him this low, but it's Wes. He was another likable character. I actually really enjoyed him, much like Chad. But again, yeah, he just was not important. Him, Wes, Chad, and Liv, I'd say, are the three most, the least important out of the new movie. But I guess wish we got more development. I feel like Wes, we got some decent development. I mean, it was pretty... You kind of knew what he was about, but again, like Chad, he was really funny, but we just only got a couple scenes, and especially Liv. So I really wish they developed this cast more, but those three are pretty much the same, and that's why they're at the bottom. Wes made for a good kill, and Liv did kind of too for that one-shot death, but they're all pretty much, they don't really help the story that much. Then we got number 9, the legacy character, Gale Weathers. She honestly was kind of, I don't want to say underused, because she wasn't really too crucial in the original Scream. Obviously, she was crucial because she wrote the book about the Woodsboro murders, which helped pave the way for the rest of the Stab movies in their universe. And she also did write about Maureen Prescott and Cotton Weary and all that, so she was kind of responsible for a lot of it, but she wasn't really important. And same in this movie, she kind of, I don't know, at the end battle, she gets there, she gets shot, and she's like, "Oh, finish it, Sydney." She kind of just sat there, she didn't really do much. She did kill Amber though, with the help from Sydney, so that's why I gave her the above the three other characters, is she actually helped take out one of the killers. But overall, sorry to put a legacy character this low, but in Scream 5, she was not that important. And number 8, we got Judy Hicks, the weird, annoying cop from Scream 4. She comes back and is now kind of the Dewey from Scream 4, the sheriff now. She had a bigger role than I expected in this movie, actually. I didn't think she'd get as much screen time. And yeah, she did. She actually had an important role, believe it or not. She was the sheriff. She was questioning the kids. She was providing, alibis, for the viewer, I mean. So, okay, so it has to be Richie because he was in the hospital and Amber was apparently being questioned, So, Judy was actually pretty important. And she made for one of the cool kills, too. Maybe the first, I think. I think so. Yeah, I'm a Scream guy, and I don't even know. The first kill that Ghostface does in broad daylight out in a neighborhood, like so, it was cool to see that. And don't really see Ghostface in the daylight too often. But yeah, so she had a fairly important role, more so than the others. But yeah. And number 7 is Sidney Prescott, the ultimate legacy character. She actually had a decent role. She was responsible for putting the tracker on Sam's car, so she would find them at Stu Macher's house, and she said, "Yo, you're at Stu Macher's house." Called her up, and yeah, so that, and she helped take out Amber. So she actually did have a pretty big important role in, like, as far as the plot goes. But overall, she was kind of there for nostalgia, as was Gale. Dewey had a huge role, which we'll get to soon. But yeah, her and Gale were pretty much just kind of there for the fun. But yeah, it's Sidney Prescott. Of course, I'm gonna put her above Judy Hicks. And number 6, we got the new Randy, Mindy Meeks. Randy is her and Chad's uncle, and she was actually very important to the movie. She explained what a requel was, explained kind of the new rules. It's a new age, new rules. And yeah, she was like, just solely for that performance she had, like at their house, that was really crucial, because she said, "Hey, maybe Sam, I think you're the killer, this, that." So she created tension, made Sam drive away. So she was important to that whole thing. And yeah, it's she was just the new Randy, and I thought she did fantastic. It was just like Randy. So yeah, she was very important. We are at the top 5, and coming in at number 5 is Amber. One of the killers, of course. Her performance was really good. She was kind of the Stu, while Richie was more the Billy. And yeah, she did. Whoever, I don't know the actors' names yet, I should probably get on that. But whoever played her was very good, like at acting insane. And I know she had a role prior to this that was really similar to that. So yeah, she was really good. It would have been nice to see some more character development for her, as that goes for all the characters, but her specifically being one of the killers, I feel like we should have gotten a little more from her. And I watched Scream 5 times in the theater, so I noticed something new every time, and you can tell that Amber is involved. Like, she acts really shady and suspicious, pretending not to know Richie, and then caring a lot for Tara just to make people not think it's her. So overall, yeah, she was a good character, so I'll give her in the top 5. Coming in at number 4 is another one of my favorite characters, Tara, played by Jenna Ortega. She was awesome. Jenna Ortega did fantastic at kind of like that Scream Queen performance. Awesome job. She was kind of on the sidelines for a lot of it, but she was the main plot of the movie. Like, her attack was the whole reason Sam came back, and the whole reason everything was able to happen. She needed to get in her inhaler, so they had to go back to Stu's house. So a lot of things had to fall into place through her to make this movie happen, and she was good. She was really good, and yeah, I feel bad for her character. She got beat up, like, bad, like in the hospital in the beginning, obviously, then even at the end a little bit. Like, she just could not catch a break. And she kept her sanity, as far as we know. And I was actually kind of suspicious about her. Like, when Richie was like, "I think it might be Tara," I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, wait, what if she's just super insane and that whole opening scene was just for fun? Just to show the viewers or something like that. But no, but she was fantastic. Definitely deserves a spot in the top 5. At number 3, we got the love interest, the mastermind, the Billy Loomis of this story, Richie. He was, I think he did really good. They did phenomenal at making him not look like the killer. Like, I was not expecting him. I was like, no way they're gonna go this route of the boyfriend, yada yada. But they did, and I was not expecting it. Like, when he like stabbed Sam at the end, I mean, I kind of saw it coming near the end, but throughout all that, even when he was acting to go, like, he was like, "Oh, it's Ghostface," he was acting scared. He was acting on top of acting. So it was, I was shocked. Was not expecting him to be a killer. I was obviously still rooting for Stu, but yeah, he was fantastic. Richie was a good character. He was funny, lovable, everything. So overall, he definitely deserves a number 3 spot, especially being that he was the killer and kind of the whole mastermind of this story. And number 2 is Dewey. I loved Dewey in this movie, as did everyone. He was very crucial, actually. He had a way bigger role than I thought. And honestly, like when I saw the trailer, I was kind of thinking, it was like, are they gonna make Dewey the killer? Are they gonna go that fan theory route? But I'm happy they didn't. I'm happy with the Dewey we got. Hated his death. Like I don't mind when you kill legacy characters, but I did not like the way they killed him. It could have been more honorable. It could have been more drawn out. I didn't feel like it was fit for him to die that way. But that's a whole nother video. But no, it was Dewey was awesome. David Arquette yet again reprises his role, and it was a big step up from the doofy, stupid deputy of the original. He was actually a man now, a battle-hardened guy, and he calls Richie out immediately that he was the killer. So for obvious reasons, Dewey is number 2. He was super crucial in making this plot happen, making the movie happen, and everything. Without him, this movie would not have been the same. And number 1, the daughter of Billy Loomis, Sam. Where to even begin? I really enjoyed Sam's character. She was awesome. Like there was development. It created some mystery as to why she's taking those pills, why she acting this way, that way. Then when Billy pops up, it was like, "How you doing, Sam?" Again, side note, Skeet Ulrich, awesome. Love Billy Loomis in this movie. But back to Sam. The daughter of Billy Loomis, the secret past, whole reason this movie is happening, or like a big reason. Richie knew attacking Tara would bring her back. So it was there's not much to say. She's the main character. She's the new Sidney Prescott, and I think she lived up to it. I'm fine with her being the final girl. She was awesome. She fit it. I would even argue she did maybe even a little better than Sidney. Like actually no, I'm not gonna quite say that. I'm not gonna say that. I take it back. But they're pretty up there. Like her performance is awesome. Again, I don't know the actress, but I'll get to know those soon. But again, Sam, obviously number 1. She's the new Sydney, and I'm really excited to see what they do in this next movie with her. So there it is, my Scream 5 character ranking. Again, that ranking was based off importance to the plot and a couple of my mixed opinions. So I'll in the future I'll make another video of just my personal favorites. But that's according to actual plot development, character development, all that. But overall, a lot of the characters could have used some work. More character development, more likability. But overall, it was a good cast. Everyone did awesome. It was and Scream 5 was a pretty solid movie.